r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. For those who've had sex with someone who spoke little to none of your language, what was the experience like? I was a seafarer, and I did not go to a prostitute, but a colleague did in China. He was doing the girl in missionary, and she was quiet. Suddenly, she picks up her phone and starts typing. The guy was thrusting while questioning what she was doing. She turns the phone and shows him the screen on Google Translate, saying, "Come on baby." I hooked up with this French girl years ago, and while I was doing her from behind, she said something in French, which I didn't understand. I said, in English, so she repeated it in English, but she had a frog in her throat kinda, plus the heavy accent. So what I heard was, "Screw me like I'm yours," but it sounded exactly like SpongeBob was saying it. It was both the hottest and most hilarious thing anyone has ever said to me. I tried so hard to keep from laughing. He was from Moldova. We were in the dark, and I thought he came on my stomach. I attempted to say what I thought in Russian, "Did you come?" He responded, "I don't understand." I asked, "Did you come?" "Yes. I'm here." "I don't understand." I asked, "Skeet skeet," because the Yin Yang twins were at their height of popularity. He answered, "Yes, did you not feel on your stomach?" Yin Yang twins bridging gaps of communication together. I once had sex with a deaf girl. She spoke very little of my language. It was oddly quiet during. Although her arms were flailing around like someone trying to direct traffic at a busy intersection, so I guess she was having fun. I'm German, she is French Canadian. We both talked in English, no problem to talk, but some difficulties, because both were not able to talk the way we would in our own languages. Single words are unknown, stuff like that. The more drunk we got, the worse it went. But the French moaning is incredible cute. I once met a guy in the club while studying abroad, Eastern Europe. Young naive me got his contact information and took a train to his village. He picked me up, went grocery shopping, and cooked dinner for me, and we maybe spoke 10 full sentences to each other during this process. He showed me a video on his computer, and I was starting to get impatient, so I Google translated, "Do you want to have sex?" The sex was amazing.
S'il vous plaît, ne pas mon archole.
Is not a phrase I ever expected to utter. When I first moved to Japan I spoke very little Japanese. I could have a simple conversation, but clearly in the realm of the bedroom vocab and grammar was lacking. Surprisingly it was never that much of a problem. There is definitely some hurdles, but unless you're a complete sociopath, there is a big difference between a good moan and an uncomfortable one. Mostly lots of hand gestures and taps. If you are going fast or hard and get a tap, it's clear that means slow down or softer. However, if you want a funny story, I went out for dinner with this girl, and she missed her last train, which is often code for let's spend the night. Naturally start off with some making out and petting, but then quickly I went to oral. After a while I stopped and went to move on to other things. She tapped me on the shoulder and said something I didn't get. She saw the confusion and just stuck her tongue out. Back down I go. This time I go until she finishes. Go back to some kissing, and soon I'm tapped again and tongue out again. This whole thing repeats like 2 more times, and then she finally says something I understood. She said "Otsukare," which is what you say at the end of the workday to your colleagues, like, "Thanks for your hard work," or "Good job," rolls over and goes to sleep. Spa in a European country, one thing led to the other. Out of nowhere, I had a leg spasm and had to get out of the bed to stretch my leg. In the meanwhile, she used Google Translate to say, "I'm so sorry if it's because of me." Use the translator to say, "Nah, it's all good, not your fault." The sex was beautiful, and I never expected her to reciprocate so well. There was no use of words, just hands, eyes, and hips amongst a lot of other things. was super awesome. We just kind of pointed and nodded back and forth. Like you this yes. Yes. You this? No, but this? This yes. Spent a lovely hour or so together, then went back to the pool and rejoined our various friend groups. Does deaf count? Pretty wild experience, zero volume control. It's like playing Lego without reading the instructions. You work with creativity, intuition and constant feedback. You pick up the verbal cues while playing. Years before there was one that went horrible. We didn't think at all. Recently I had one experience where it was super fun and hilarious for both of us, including a lot of giggling from her. My answer is, language is not the barrier when both of you are engaged in thirsty time. I lived out in town when I was stationed in Japan. I had a lot of luck with Tinder and other dating apps. I matched with a really cute Japanese girl who spoke zero English and I didn't speak Japanese. I used Google Translate during the messaging phase and invited her over. She was all about it. We passed the phone back and forth in person for a while in person and watched some Netflix. After a couple of drinks, she typed, "Can we have sex?" and showed it to me. Obviously that's all she needed to say and we were off to the races. The real question is, how are mother suckers closing the deal with the language barrier? Are you all paying for these experiences? Step 1. Be conventionally attractive. Step 2. Don't be conventionally unattractive. Step 3. Profit. It happened with two different people. A girl from Turkey and a girl from Russia. We met though Tinder both times while I was in uni, but we just spoke English. I remember there were a couple of things different, like giving a girl oral, I find completely normal, I want them to enjoy it as well, but I was told that some guys consider it gay, which is the weirdest freaking thing I have ever heard. I screwed a Scottish girl and I'm Australian. We can both speak English, but our accents are so thick we had no idea what the other was saying. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.